cut the drama out my energy. Focus on the inner me, never on the enemy. And I done sacrificed my own time, I done sacrificed my own mind, I done sacrificed.
Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. We've got two teams here looking to find a way to win. It's the Jets coming in at 5-10, going up against the Texans, who come in at 14-1.
And yes, Larry, white stuff is on the ground and in the air. 3 inches fell overnight, and we expect more as this game wears on. Should be interesting here at MetLife Stadium, just outside of New York City. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Houston Texans and the New York Jets. First carry for Carlos Hyde. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Second down following the run. Osweiler. Out to the flat for Hyde. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
First down, a run with Hyde. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say 200 plus?
Now the first carry for Marshawn Lynch, and he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
Here's a carry now for Keith Marshall. Touchdown, Houston. Keith Marshall with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Texans have taken the early lead. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Matt Forte with his first carry. And this first play will get him back to the 25, but that's going to be in. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. And a couple of big boys up front defensively, and in that 4-3, those D tackles so vital.
Extremely vital. I love how you describe that, because if they control things up front, often it's over the guard. Sometimes they slide and make it over the center. It's really hard to get a play started then, because a lot of teams want to start inside out running the football. But against a good 4-3, you may not find any space. And on that play, there was zero space. No gain.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Oh, a design run for their wideout. And some room to work. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. A big play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Jets are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And if you blinked, you probably missed that touchdown drive. It happened in a hurry.
I was just putting mustard on my hot dog, and all of a sudden he's in the end zone. I've got to do a better job of paying attention with this quick strike offense.
I thought you weren't going to tell your wife about the hot dogs in the booth thing.
I just did, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. You did. This will be fielded at the 8. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. Even though they might not find the #1 seed next to their name come playoff time, there's not going to be very many teams, if any, entering the playoffs on the kind of run they're on. They're hot.
And I love that word, hot, because every team in the league wants to go into the playoffs on that uptick. Because a lot of the time you serve notice to the rest of the league that, hey, we're the team you need to deal with. We're the team that's going to be a real problem for you. And if they can continue this streak, they could very well be that team and gain that confidence that they're seeking as they head to the playoffs.
And confidence, that's the word I would use from our meetings with them. They said we're playing our best football right now. It is showing. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. They go play action here on first down. Finds Roberts left side. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for him.
And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. They'll throw on first down with Osweiler. Caught on the right side by Jones. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. Second down and 4.
Watch it now, Barney.
They'll run it now out of the gun. High to first down and more. And cuts out right sideline. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10 to the 7. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
First down and goal to go from the 7. They'll run with Lynch. And a little bit of space there. Takes it inside the 5 to the 3. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up second and goal.
And, Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line. Because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
Time running out here on the play clock. They'll try to run it in with Marshall. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. A tale of 2 extremes. First carry, he went for a bundle. His second goes backward.
And how many times have we seen that happen? Because you get that big carry, and you come back and you're all fired up, and sometimes you force a run a little bit, right? Trying to break off that big carry again, and instead it works opposite.
319! 319! Watch it now. Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Here's Hyde, 3rd and goal. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 4 yards, that gets him close to the goal line, but it also brings up a 4th and goal.
How about that for defense? Every hole plugged up. Can't run it inside, can't bounce it outside. That sets up 4th and goal from the 2. Right now, advantage defense.
A first update now from Cleveland, and it's the Titans who are off to the early lead in that ball game. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Jets offensive unit ready to get going here as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM, it always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. It's hauled in by Torrey Smith. He's at the 30, the 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Torrey Smith, his first touchdown on the year. And the Jets have taken the lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
No. Check. Patriot. Detroit. Here we go now. Boom. Gun. Here we go now.
On 1st and 10, it's Osweiler. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Texans are able to show off their quick strike ability. And that will make this a 4-point game. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And New York set to take the field. They start on the ground with Forte. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
To throw. And the grab made by Doug Baldwin. 10 yards is the pickup. Good enough for a Jet first down.
I don't care how many times you tell the story, it never loses its luster for me. Doug Baldwin, undrafted out of Stanford, and plays like a #1 receiver should in the NFL. I don't care how you cover him. I don't care that his size isn't great. He's the one that typically comes up with the football.
Absolutely. His roots go all the way back to Gulf Breeze, Florida, where he's from, right on the water near Pensacola, and then, of course, to Stanford, and, boy, he's been good.
Let's go.
They're going to look to throw. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Muhammad Wilkerson in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. First and second down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big. They'll look to throw here. Smith catches left side. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And that's when it's fun to play defense. When you're able to diagnose a play right from the beginning, get all your guys to the football, and spill the play, that's when you have a lot of fun playing on that side of the ball.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Now this is fielded in the end zone. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. They have to be pleased with the way that they moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
They start the drive with Hyde. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on 2nd down. Again, it's Hyde. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. 9 good yards there on the run, and now 3rd down.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Osweiler. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
But one thing's for sure, when you get a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. 2nd quarter in Cleveland. And it's the Titans who are off to the early lead in that ball game. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5, and the Jets will have a short field to work with as they take over 1st and 10. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. On first down, this is Forte. They'll get only a couple down to the 44.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
Well, now they'll try the end around. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and they're going to have a third down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. It'll be a gain of 2, and speaking of 2s, it'll take us to the 2-minute warning. They run it again with Hyde. And an alley to run. And he's brought down. Give him 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
On first down, Osweiler. He's going to lead this for his running back. It's complete. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 7 yards on the play, and it's a second down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Now Osweiler on first down. His throw caught at about the 5. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 to the 5-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Osweiler will throw again. This will be caught just inside the 10. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Again, Osweiler. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Here we go.
On third and goal, Osweiler. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And Lambeau will put this one through. Second quarter in Cleveland. And it's the Titans who are off to the early lead in that ball game. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. This one taken just inside the 10. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Baldwin with it over the middle. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the all-pro corner, Josh Norman. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you down the coast to Orlando, where we check in with our friend Larry Ridley and the EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry? And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Jets offense now works their way back onto the field. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. They start the second half with a run by Forte. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Back to the ground on first, it's Forte. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
So 2nd and 9, the defense looking to put them in a bad spot here.
All right, here we go.
They'll set up a throw. They got a man over the middle. It's Woods. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. Fresh set of downs here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. That is now seven interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
The left side completion to Jones. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs. They'll run it now out of the gun. He'll get 3 up to midfield.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action and hit them over the top.
From midfield now, here's Osweiler. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he'll get it down here to the 43. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. So the offense has it 1st and 10. Throwing now, Osweiler on 1st down. And Jones has it over the middle. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fire it over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. From the gun, it's Osweiler. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Dayton Jones. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. On 2nd down, here's Osweiler. Over the middle, Cooper with it. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15, just shy of the 10. 23 yards on the play. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Now this will be the 9th play on this drive. They'll get it in the hands of their receiver, Hopkins. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. The Texans on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 11. They go play action with Osweiler. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. And Lambeau will put this one through. And that will extend their lead even further. So 3 field goals for him here, and this last one helps him stretch out the lead.
And he's been solid as usual. And this is what you need to do. Make sure you get points out of every possession. And so far, they've done a nice job of that.
So out now come the Jets. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. The drive begins with a run by Forte. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Jet football, but they trail here as we start the 4th quarter.
Let's go! 3-19! 3-19!
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. This is complete. It's Baldwin. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 10 yards is the pickup. Good enough for a Jet first down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. They'll set up to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Woods. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Let's go! Blue landed!
They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Not much happening there on 1st down.
Thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here.
All right, here we go. Blue landed!
They'll look to throw. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Khalil Mack in there yet again. What else is new as he continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks.
Watch him now. Gun! Here we go now. 3-19!
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Here we go now. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. But his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by the all-pro corner, Josh Norman. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used the calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Here's Hyde. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10.
Gun! Hurry up, Detroit!
from the shotgun. Osweiler. 20. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Jones. Touchdown, Houston.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. And New York set to take the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. And his throw here's incomplete. They were looking that time for Leonte Carew. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. Another wayward pass. Things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Now back to throw. He hits Baldwin right side. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. They'll look to throw now on first down. A dump off to Forte. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. They'll give him a yard on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
Here we go now.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Over the middle, the catch by Coleman. And a big hit there as he runs into a brick wall. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying, no more. We're making a stand right here.
And now here is another interception. Read it well, and it's picked. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost that they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partners, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Another tote for the afternoon workhorse. It's high, and he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. Calling an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. The slot man in motion right. They'll run it. Here's Hyde. And he's going to lose yardage here back at the 8. Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. The Texans send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Taking a couple yards shy of midfield. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. They've gone to the 4th quarter now in Dallas. And now that one really widening up. The Bucs have just scored again. A victory there would mean they're 6th on the year. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That's good for a Jet 1st down, a gain of 13.
First play of the drive, excellent run. Just sets up wash, rinse, repeat. Another 1st down.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jalen Collins. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it. But it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times.
Here we go now. Blue, landing. Over.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And they'll hit him for a loss as he's back to his 2-yard line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. They stay on the ground. This is Marshall again. And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. He gets them a little over half of what they need, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball.